We are live here on Sportswire Radio, and admittedly, I forgot who my guest was, and then I announced my guest. I thought it was Dalton Skull, and then I realized it wasn't Dalton Skull, and we're waiting for our guest, and maybe he's having some technical difficulties, or maybe he's connecting or not connecting, but we are going to do another Tonight Show at Sportswire Radio because so many people enjoyed it last night. Well, why not recreate it once again? So we're here, and hopefully you'll join me over the next hour or so. We'll see a slew of some of your favorites, some different people. We'll give them 10 minutes, see what's on their mind, and we'll see what else is on everybody else's mind going into the weekend here. I want to say hello to Zilla. I want to say hello to myself and the Pride Wrestling Federation YouTube channel, Hillbilly Tilly, Nathaniel Rage. It's an open mic tonight on Sportswire Radio, so you get 10 minutes. Tell us what you're up to, and I got a guest already coming on here, so I'm going to give that person an opportunity because we've always got somebody waiting in the wings here on Sportswire Radio because, after all, we are in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage here, the only platform which you most certainly helped build where all wrestling matters, and we'll have a familiar name to come on here and say hello, but we're starting the weekend off. I want to announce to everybody tomorrow Chase Wakefield will be here around 9 o'clock Eastern time. He's got plenty to say, plenty to announce. Torrance Banks is here of Home and NEW Saturday night. Sunday night, Yoshi Matsuda. So we have an action-packed slate of guests here coming up this weekend. I hope you join me in talking with them, and we'll have a guest come on here shortly because we're going to do another one of these Tonight shows with Sportswire Radio because we wound up doing one yesterday, and I want to say hello to Torrance Banks. If you're here right now in the chat and you want to come on the show, we're doing a new format. So just to follow a recap, last night I did a show where basically we gave guests like 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes tops, and they talked about what's going on, what they're up to, and we basically ran through like 5 or 6 different guests over the last hour of last night's show. And then Anthony Steele came on, and he talked so much that he actually forgot he was live and his video camera went off or something happened there. But if you are here and you want to come on the chat, you want to come on the stream with us and promote something, I'll give you 10 minutes, and we'll do that over the next hour. I do have a guest here waiting to come on. They'll promote themselves for 10 minutes. So I'm being more strict with that clock. So it's not like your usual show. Torrance, by the way, is here Saturday night. I think we're here around 8 o'clock. Very excited for Torrance Banks. We're going to be doing some really big things in NEW and House of Misfits Entertainment Backyard Wrestling. So, but if you are here, you want to hang out with us for about like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, almost like a Tonight Show format, almost like a Jimmy Kimmel, almost like Jimmy Fallon or Conan O'Brien or who else is out there? Is Craig Ferguson still around? And we give you 10 minutes and you talk about like any other guest would be. So we appreciate that. Want to say hello to our friends at BTW. BTW is getting a little closer to starting. The season's almost upon us. Excited about that. Nathaniel Rage, who I know is going to have like 15 promo championship belts very soon again. Hillbilly Tilly. I see AWL is resuming again. Eddie Pizzo's in the house. I saw Eddie on LinkedIn not too long ago. So good stuff there. So we're just waiting for our first guest to come on. And if you do want to say hello tonight, you're welcome to come on. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice. Figuratively and literally, where all wrestling matters. And if you're here on Sportswire Radio, hit the sub button for us. I'm sure most of you already done that. Hit the like button, and we're doing a new format here. So who do we have here in the chat that wants to talk? I'll give you the opportunity. And yes, hello there, Eddie. Hello there, Zilla. Yep. So we're just waiting on our first guest to come on here and give us about 10 minutes of their time. And what's on your mind? What would you like to see more of on Sportswire Radio? Would you like to see, I don't know, more promo wrestling? You like to see more backyard wrestlers? You want to see more variety? You want to see more sports? Whatever it is, let me know. But we are waiting for our first guest. We sent them the link, so hopefully they'll connect on here. Yep, we got our first guest on tonight's episode of Tonight Show with Sportswire Radio. We're joined here.
Oh.
The myth, Sean Job. Sean, I got to be honest. I mean, this was not planned to be the Tonight Show with Sportswire Radio, but I literally had a guest who I thought was Dalton Skull, and it was like, I don't know who I'm talking to. And then I realized, okay, we'll go on. And I gave him the link like 20 minutes ago, and the dude hasn't showed up. So I don't even know what.
Oh,
But it's all good because I don't even know what I was talking about. But we're doing the new format. Good to see
yeah,
you, my friend. It's actually been a minute. So what's
yeah.
on here tonight?
So, as a lot of people know, 2K25 is about to drop around
Yeah,
midnight.
Anthony Steele was giving us the whole rundown of it. Was as he
Yeah.
do what I do, as he kept saying, I do what I do.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught it, Tom, or not, but I started streaming again, the
I
2K20.
did, yes, I did see that, yes.
So I might stream
Put that
some
link up in a
gameplay of
minute.
2K25 at 11 o'clock my time tonight when it comes out.
Wow, so
I
you already
might.
bought the game?
Yeah, I already pre-ordered it. It comes out at 11 o'clock, it says on my PlayStation.
Well,
So,
I'm gonna put your YouTube link up here shortly, so people
yeah,
can
I
actually go
needed to
out
kill
and
time,
out.
Tom, so you came at the right time for me.
Well, you know what? I'm glad because I literally I know it sounds really bad, but I just had a long day and I thought I was having Dalton Skull on the show and I realized it was a different name of a promo wrestler and I gave him the link and he never showed up. So I don't know what happened
It's
there, but
lost.
it's all good. But let me put your YouTube link up so people can go watch that. I might actually tune into that. That'll be at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm going to put your
Yeah,
link
sometime
up.
around then. If I can stay up that late, I'm gonna
Well,
try.
if not, then we'll see it tomorrow with you. But there you go.
Yeah.
That's the YouTube channel. So, what else is going on, my brother? Obviously, a lot of stuff in IMF. Foundation, House of Wolves, and Justin Parsley won the King of Palo, which you won last year. I mean, so
Yeah,
what else
he
is going
took
on, my brother?
Well, I mean, as a lot of people saw, Winter Wasteland didn't go my way. King of Palo didn't go my way.
It's
Came up short
continuing the
again.
swoon. It's not even anymore the summer of Jovi. It's the swoon of Jovi.
Yeah, I know. It feels like it's starting to go downhill again, but I think coming up, I plan on doing some tag team work, like I talked about. Me and Mephisto, we've had a talk. We want to one day win some tag team gold. So Rockstars of the Galaxy will soon eventually be a thing, and I'm excited for it.
I think both of you guys are at a point where maybe if you combine those powers together, we might have a shot at the Midwest Express, who have just been on a run that we're going to look back on this generation and say they were one of the very greatest tag teams of this generation. I mean, what they've
Oh yeah,
done.
absolutely. The Midwest Express deserves all that credit. They have done so much as a team. They impressed the hell out of me. Hell, they're part of the reason why I want to do tag team wrestling right now.
But can you guys beat them? Can you guys, you and Mephisto, I know you have had an amazing career, an amazing run. Mephisto was the world champion. If Anthony Steele has his way, we'll dispose him as the longest reigning U.S. champion in IMF history. But can the two of you together, can you put it all where you take those forces and align to take away those tag team championships from the Midwest Express?
Well, you got two cosmic 80s looking studs over here between me and Mephisto. I think with our brains, our brawn, and our connection of friendship that we have, I think we could take on the Midwest Express. Hell, I think we could beat them.
Ooh, well, you know what? I mean, the Midwest Express have had, like I said, a run. It's historic, right? I think it's a
Oh yeah,
year,
me and Dirty got to face them. We came up short, but I think Mephisto is the answer that we need to solve
and
the
you
whole
talked
problem.
about it on Christmas. You did talk about maybe forming a tag team, maybe going for tag gold, because in your decorated career, that's something you really haven't done much, or it's something
It's
that's
something
eluded
I
you.
really haven't dabbled in at all, Tom, and that's why I'm excited for this. I mean, Mephisto and I both agree that maybe as singles competitors right now, we're just not making it.
Well, because you
But
got right now, I mean, look at the
we got
landscape
two
of the
super
IMF.
power
It's
names
changed
though, Tom.
drastically. That the IMF landscape, you've got Anthony Steele with the U.S. title, and that's what I do. You got
Yeah,
Omen, who your former brother, who's
yeah,
got the IMF world title. You got, I suppose, Justin Parsley as the PWF champion / King of Palo. You got Ox
yeah,
McCoy as the hardcore champion. You've got Prince Achia as the Midwestern champion. Maybe that's something you could look at.
yeah.
But I mean, I think ultimately tag gold and to be able to dispose of the Midwest Express's tag team champions would be a major accomplishment if that's what you guys can do.
Hey, we gotta see how it goes. I mean, opportunity comes knocking, and I think the opportunity should come soon.
But I got to ask you, as we're waiting for our next guest to come on in, we'll give you a little more time. Now, and
Yeah.
now you wear the hat of running RCW. You
Yep.
mentioned Winter Wasteland, where we saw the landscape change dramatically. Soldier GP, your brother in the foundation, 4 Up, 4 Down, the
Mhm.
brand new All Wrestling Matters world champion, but also Darkfire, your former best
Oh,
friend,
yeah.
who famously attacked you on your birthday.
He
Now
did.
won the RCW World Underground Championship. He won that from Nicholas Crenson, and he certainly looks to hold that championship for a long time. But Thomas McEntee might have
Yep.
something to say.
Yeah, McEntee is currently the number one contender. He pinned Crenson when he was champion.
Yep.
So yeah, he absolutely deserves a shot. So Darkfire's first opponent holding that title will be against the upstart Thomas McEntee. Now,
Well,
as the part that bums me out about this whole thing, Tom, it's not even the fact he stole the win from me. It's the fact I still don't have an explanation. And I'm hoping to get one soon because
and you
it's been a
brought
month
him
now.
back. You brought him back into this. You have been responsible for Darkfire, now Ricky Romero. You've been responsible for everything he's done. And
Yeah.
yet, this is how he repays you.
Yeah, I don't know if it was jealousy because of how quick I rose up the ranks in IMF, or if it's because I didn't fight for him when he needed me most, or I don't know what I did. I don't. All I know is he attacked me on Sportswire. He stole the win from me, which, I mean, that happens. But I still have no context as to why he would do such a thing, especially after almost 20 years.
Do you feel like, and our guest has arrived, we'll give them the floor here in a few minutes. We'll
Yeah.
let Chris Cowabunga wait. That's who my guest is. Boy, it's really, well, that's on me. But we're going to be here in 2 weeks. You're going to be in this chair here in 2 weeks. Do you think we'll get answers from Darkfire, aka Ricky Romero, then, or do you think we're going to have to continue to wait?
You see, here's the thing. Besides being the resident rock star, Sean Jovi, when it comes to RCW, I'm Mr. Selby. So Mr. Selby would like to see Darkfire explain himself mandatory, like, soon, before.
So you want him to explain it before we're all
Yeah.
here 2 weeks from now?
I want to hear it ASAP. But the deadline's at the show. I want to know. I need to know. And I think as the boss and as a best friend, I just need to know what I did.
Let me ask you though this. Let me ask you though this. Thomas McEntee has defeated Nicholas Crenson. He wrestled Ace Christian. Thomas
Yeah.
McEntee is starting to move up the ranks. Can Thomas McEntee maybe put a fork in the road here for what could be a long and prosperous run here for Darkfire? What's your thoughts on Thomas McEntee?
Honestly, McEntee, he's a great talent. I mean, he held his own against Ace Christian, something I don't think a lot of people can do, in my personal opinion. Like, the guy's good. And for
Yeah.
McEntee to
Hey,
keep up
listen,
with him and
I'm
give
not
him a
surprised.
good contest, God, I love that match. I told McEntee afterwards, like, hey, you didn't win, but I'm goddamn proud of you.
I think a lot of people really have started to look at Thomas McEntee these last few months and say, you know what? I think we're on to something. And I think what he did with
Yeah.
Ace shows that he's a contender. And I think
He's
that
got
that's
the
going to be something to
potential.
see going forward.
He absolutely has the potential. And I think he has all the tools he needs to defeat Darkfire if that comes to it. But I don't think Darkfire is going to be taking this lightly. I think he'll probably be taking it seriously because McEntee, like I said, he's been on the rise.
Yes. And we
He's
might even see
starting to
McEntee
get the
tonight, by
trophy
the way.
movement,
We
Like,
might see McEntee tonight on Sportswire. I think you might see him here in a little while because it is the Tonight Show
cool.
with Sportswire. So I'm going to let McEntee potentially have that opportunity. Our guest here has arrived. I want to talk to Chris Cowabunga. Cowabunga dude's here in a few minutes, but
No,
I'm
can I
going to
plug
put
one
you.
more thing?
Yes, of course you can. You're Sean Job. You're the first backyard wrestler I ever had on, so you can say 10 things if you want.
Well, I'm at the next Iowa show. I plan on selling merch actually.
Oh,
So,
really? You have a
yep,
T Public website? What do we have?
I ordered some wristbands, black and pink with white lettering. It has Jovi Club on it, showing
Good.
you one of my loyal fans. And then on the back of the wristband, it also has the YouTube channel link that you see there. It shows the at Sean Jovi with the YouTube symbol. Those I'm going to be probably selling for like a couple bucks a piece. I got 5x7 photos I'm working on
Nice.
getting, and I'm getting some stickers made. So
That's a
I'm
good
trying to
idea.
get the
You know
merch.
what? I like the idea that we're pushing the YouTube link because we're 181 subscribers from 1,000. So, you get 5 subscribers here, 7 subscribers here.
It all
That could
adds
make
up.
it. Yeah, that could get you to 1,000. I want to see you get to 1,000. When you get to 1,000, I'm gonna put you in the Hall of Fame again. You get to
Yeah.
1,000. So let's get Sean Jovi. You're here right now. Hit the sub button for him. I'm telling you, definitely stay tuned. His YouTube channel, if not tonight, definitely tomorrow. He will be streaming WWE 2K25. Zilla said she's getting the Dead Man edition. She's getting the Bloodline
Nice.
edition at midnight. She's getting a bunch of all the editions. So great stuff there. And anything else you want to share before I get to my guest?
I think we're good. You can bring on the next guest, Tom. Thanks for having me on tonight.
This was fun, and I think we're gonna do another one of these either Monday or Thursday. So if you,
I enjoy this a lot. Like,
well,
this is a
me too,
really
because
good
you know
idea.
what, I think there are people that you give them an hour, either I don't know if the audience is digesting it or they're able to communicate enough, but in 10 or 15 minutes, like I might want to hear somebody. I mean, we had
Yeah.
a clip with Matsuda yesterday on Instagram, hit almost 2,000 views. We had Godric Sandwell yesterday, and it wound up like 4 people from legit alternative wrestling messaged me about seeing that clip. We had Darkron, of course, your brother in the foundation. I mean, he's now got a YouTube channel that's going to be going under construction with a brand new video coming out tomorrow. We talked about that. Anthony Steele basically talked everybody to sleep, figuratively and literally.
Yeah, it
You
kind of
know,
happened with him.
so we had Randy Dillon talk WWE. So it was fun. It was a great segment, and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to doing it again this week. So
And that's what it's about, having fun and promoting and spreading the love. I love it, Tom.
thank you, my brother. Thank you for all that you do. Can't wait to put you in the Hall of Fame again. Yeah, Darkfire, better get some answers. And Thomas McEntee, I think, is going to be here in a little
Also,
while.
thanks. I got one more subscriber just now.
Well, you know what? I hope you get 10 more subscribers. So Thomas McEntee will be here in a little while. I'm sure I'll bring you up. And thank you for all you do and being a representative of the All Wrestling Matters movement. That is Sean Jovi, the owner of RCW, and, of course, one of the key cornerstones of the foundation, the IMF, and one of the all-time greats in backyard wrestling history is back with us here to open up the Tonight Show with Sportswire Radio. Who could be my wingman? He definitely looks better than Ed McMahon, and he cracks more jokes than Johnny Carson. So thank you, Mr. Jovi. And there we go. We got our guest here. I gotta say, man, I apologize because I, for whatever reason, saw Shaggy on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I have Dalton Skull on here, but no, it's Chris Cowabunga, dudes. So
Cool,
thank you for coming on here, and you might actually get more attention this way. But good to meet you. And how are you? And what's going on, my man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, just wanted to, get some time to, like, I don't know, be on the show. It's an honor. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. No. Listen, we got some time. I love to talk with you. So you've been one of the rising talents in TPW. Definitely spoke about you a little bit with Dante Okara. You've come up with Rocky and such. So talk to me about how you're enjoying things in TPW. You've definitely been one of the rising stars here in the company.
Well, it's funny because I remember when I first started it, I was I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what I was doing at all, and then like I just kind of
That's kind of like
remember-
me every night on Sportswire. Don't feel too bad.
and I remember I listened to a lot of the legends was giving me advice. They're like, try to make yourself different, like try to stand out. So what I started doing was, I figured if I'm gonna be a trash talking surfer, I might as well start like marketing my hair. So I started having my hair down more, and I came up with like a nice little catchphrase, and it kind of helped me a little bit to like people take me a little bit more serious. And I was just recently a TPW live champion, but I had to defend it like I had to defend it like 3 times in one night, and I lost it.
We had Remy who was the live champion, and Remy
Remy
had
live champion now.
title. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how did you get into promo wrestling? How did you come about?
I saw the Instagram ad, and I've always kind of wanted to do like wrestling stuff. So I've always been
Mhm.
like a big wrestling fan and wanted to do it. So I just hit him up, and he just said, "Yeah, sure, you can come," and that's how it started.
What are some of your goals here in TPW?
To get to like progress with my character, I feel like even now I still don't fully know what I want my character to be. Like I know the kind of like I guess basics. Like I'm trying to be like an egotistical, arrogant, trash talking heel who just like I want to be the
Well, you
person
had
that when you
some
look.
character a few months ago. I remember speaking with you in a couple of different segments. I think with Dante O'Cara, you came up. You came up with Rocky also. And I think you came up with Lyra when Lyra Limber was here. So you've definitely been somebody that's caught my attention the last few months.
That's an honor. Appreciate it.
So I mean, so you're here in TPW. You've won the live championship. I mean, so who were some of the people you want to battle in TPW?
So far, I think Jerry Mang, just because I feel
Yeah,
like it's kind of similar
you are
to me.
very
It'd be like a
similar
little
to
funny,
man. Yep.
a funny match, you know. And another person is because it's probably Lyra Limber. I mean, last time when
Yes.
we went, it was for the Hardcore Championship contendership in a triple threat. I ended up losing, so just since we both kind of came a long way since then, it'd be nice to have a little rematch.
Yeah, Lyra, and by the way, defeated some guy, Anthony Steele. You probably heard of Anthony Steele. I mean, technically, Lyra won that big victory, and Lyra's had gold here also in TPW.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff right now.
So, how do you, in terms of what's your preparation like versus some of these other people here? And by the way, while we're at it here, since we're talking with you for a little while, plug your Instagram page, which we're doing that right now for you, Chris Cowabunga. So there you go. Go follow him and hit the sub button for him there, and support TPW. TPW's got a bunch of stuff coming up here, and so I mean, who are some of the people we talked about? Who are some of the people you want to battle? But I mean, what are your goals here in TPW?
Well, one, I do see myself. See, I'm not really after like a world championship or nothing. I just want to see my character grow and learn from it and take the experience from it. But another thing that I could probably say is if I do get a title, my goal is to like have a pretty long reign, no matter what title it is. I don't really, just to see how long I can do and how much I can hone my skills to keep it, if that makes sense.
Totally. And I think TPW is such a deep roster. I mean, there's so many people in TPW. I mean, you've got the Colts, certainly Nathaniel Rage, Anthony Steele is back here. I mean, you've got people like Zach Clark. You've got people in the Colt like Killshot. You've got, I mean, AJ Storm. You've got Be Smooth. I mean, there's just so many big names here in this company. I mean, it's just.
I remember when I first started, Nathaniel Rage, he kind of took me under his wing for a little bit. It was teaching me, so he's the one that gave me the idea about a catchphrase.
Well, I mean, speaking of people that are here from TPW, Mr. Zach Clark, horns up. I mean, Zach here was a part of the first live promo match in Sportzwire Radio history. He was a part of the first tag match and a part of the first singles match. So, hopefully when you have a promo match here on Sportzwire Radio, the results will be a little bit more successful than Zach Clark's. I mean, but then again, to be fair, his competition in the singles match was AJ Storm. And then, well, he had to deal with Nathaniel Rage and Devin Adams, so understandable.
Yeah. I remember the last time I encountered Zach Clark. It was a big moment for me because at the time, he's a Hall of Famer and stuff, and I was like a little rising star. And I remember they put me. It was when they revamped the Live Championship. It was for the first title. I was the first one to get it when they revamped it, and it was me beating Zach Clark. So like that was a big moment to me, beating someone like him.
Yeah, I mean Zach Clark's a name that's been around the promo game for a long time. So to beat him, that speaks volumes. I think it shows that your career, that, you can belong. And I think that your promo skills have shown that that's why you've done a lot of big things here. And I was curious also for the audience. I'm sure you heard about this partnership that TPW has with the Chase Wakefield Wedding Invitational. It's supposed to be like the biggest wrestling super show in history. And 2 participants of TPW are going to get a chance to battle in a live promo match at the Chase Wakefield Wedding Invitational. And I was curious in what you thought about that. And is that something that interests you? And how big is that for promo wrestlers?
It's big, like really big. it'd be an honor if I got a chance, but if I don't, I'm gonna do my best to support the people who do get a chance. You know, I'm just trying to. At this year, I think it's all about me trying to grow and rise a little bit up and just show how just show my character growth. If that makes sense.
What are some of the things that inspire you promo wise?
I've noticed that like when I lose, it depends on like how I lose. Like if I lose because of like a simple mistake, no matter how simple it is, I go back and I think and I try to like think of ways not to make that same mistake again. Like in the live battle when I lost my live championship, the reason that they said that I lost was, well, I was going against like Remy Roberts. I really didn't know much about him.
And Remy's here in the house, obviously. Remy's in the house.
Yeah, and I didn't really know much about him. And then I kept on like trying to come up with ideas, but it was just like I was dragging it, you know? I kept on saying the same thing a couple times. So I gotta work on a way to not drag it from now on. That was my it's probably something that I'm working on now is when I don't really know somebody sometimes. Like especially when there's somebody that's relatively new like him in TPW, because even some of the people, if you don't know them, you still gotta you gotta kind of a sense of them because they're in the locker room.
Yeah, because they're known. Yeah, because there's certain people that they like. Darius, for example, would be somebody that everybody knows Darius, right? But then there are some people like that are lesser known, whether it's a Remy Roberts or whether it's a Max Michaels or whether it's a Dante Okara. Dante, though, is known in the wrestling world, in the ring, but in promo battling, he's obviously not as known. So you can maybe prepare for somebody that's more known, like a Darius or, you know, even a Devin Adams. So that certainly, you know, makes you prepare differently. But, you know, Remy did want to say what's up, and he did say that big props, but he got the W, you know, and maybe, you know, maybe you'll be a part of this. You never know. You never know. And I think it's exciting. And Chase Wakefield's here tomorrow night on Sportswire Radio to talk about TPW. And, you know, we're so excited about TPW and Chris Cowabunga. You know, Chris, I got to say, I'm real sorry because I really thought I was speaking with Dalton Skull and I'm like Shaggy. Then I realized, oh, shoot. But it's actually worked out, I think, pretty good because we're here and we're having a good conversation. And that's all that matters. But if you're here, hit the follow button for Chris. He is definitely one of the up-and-comers, and we're going to certainly see more of him here. What did it mean to you to win the TPW Live Championship? What did that mean for your career?
It meant a lot because my character, you know, as of lately, every title match, I was doing like a lot of trash talking, you know, talking stuff, but I never really got the W, and I was in like, I want to say 5 title matches, and all of them were like multi-person. It was always a triple threat or a fatal 4-way. So it was like never one-on-one. And now I got my finally a 1v1, and you know, just to win it, that meant a lot for me because I remember last week I took on before I won the live championship, they made me go against it was Raphael Fireblade, and I remember
Raphael's a very well-known figure, absolutely.
Yeah, and then I beat him, and I remember that kind of boosted my confidence, and I decided to say that this is going to be the era of Chris Cowabunga, and like right after that I won the championship. So like being able to like not just spit like just air kind of helped, I think, my character a lot.
Yeah, because you know what, you're going up against people, and that's the only way you're going to learn. You're going to go out there and you've got to learn. You've got to be able to compete. Do you see yourself competing in other places as well coming up?
Yeah, I can see that. I'm also I've been looking into go to the Indies and stuff. There's like this, because I live in Houston. There's like this it's called Premier Wrestling Federation. They let me know.
Yeah, I heard of Premier. Yeah.
They let me know what to do, how to get there, where to train, with a day. So I've been looking at that. I'm trying to start training.
And that'd be cool to be able to go out there and train. It adds a different perspective. I was listening to the story of Roxanne Perez, who's from Houston, or right outside of Houston, and she was traveling to go to train at Booker T's school, and she would go on a bus for like 2 or 3 hours. She would do it after school. She would sit there and train for 3-4 hours. She'd come home. Sometimes she'd get home like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And she'd have to go to school, right afterwards. It's crazy. So you just never know. Reality of wrestling. So that's what we're talking about there. But that'd be cool. I mean, have you always wanted to be a wrestler?
It's been a big dream, but there was a lot of doubts in if I can do it. But like, cause now I'm more capable that I can do it. I think I can. Cause I've had like a little bit of, bits. You know how they say don't try it at home, but everybody tries it at some point. They do some of the stuff.
Oh, but, yeah. Listen, I mean, I was a kid when I was growing up in Brooklyn, New York. there was a kid, unfortunately, that killed his sister. He was this big kid in Maryland, and he did something he shouldn't have did. He wound up rock bottoming his sister into like a coffee table. And it was a big thing on ABC 20. Yeah, he was a kid. He was like 13 or 14, and he went to jail over it. So you really have to be careful, if you're doing things at home. I mean, I know we do a lot of backyard wrestling on here. I mean, but be careful if you're doing anything indoors and such. Really, so if you can get trained, definitely, please, go out there and try to learn if you can. I know everybody's different and such.
Yeah, but like, I started realizing that I actually probably could do, because my doubt was like, I'm not as like big as a lot of wrestlers. I'm not as strong. I'm more of a, if I did become a wrestler, it'd be more on the technical and like high flying side. So like I always had doubt with my size a little bit. But then I remember what kind of started boosting my confidence is, for some reason, I'm actually really good at putting people in full Nelsons. And so I started doing that. And there's people like twice my size.
Well, who were some of the wrestlers that inspire you? Who were some of them that?
Well, I feel like one of my biggest inspirations from wrestlers is probably going to be Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, I watched him a lot.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a look. You look like him a little bit. You definitely look like Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler. The Miz is probably one of them. That's kind of an area I want my character to be like a little bit, if that makes sense. Like just the egotistical side. And yeah, like I grew up not having a favorite wrestler. Just a lot of them that I liked and I respected.
Well, that's good. And I want to say hello to Comatose. Comatose, I think I sent you the link. We're doing almost like a Tonight Show with Sportswire Radio. So if you want to come on and talk for 10 minutes, I'd love to have you come on here. So we'll let people come on here and hang out, and we'll let you hang out here for a few more minutes. I see you're outside and about. Are you like getting ready to train right now to wrestle or cut a promo? Where are you?
Oh, me? Yeah. I was playing basketball. I played basketball too on the side.
Yeah, I used to play basketball a bit when I was growing up. Now, not so much anymore, but I used to play quite a bit. Would you play in high school or something?
I played in high school. Yeah, I was a shooting guard.
Okay. Did you want to go and play college, or you weren't good enough?
No, it's more of just a hobby. Like right now, I just go here. I hoop for a couple hours, keep in shape and stuff, and get my cardio in and stuff. And
you got to get cardio, man. Today I was knocking on doors here in Brooklyn for like 3 hours, for an election for my employer. And it was like, I was just, oh my God, it was just, I walked so much. I was like, I can't wait to go to bed. I can't wait to go to bed. But who were some of the people in basketball that inspire you? Who were some of your favorite basketball players?
I remember growing up, I grew up around the era of like Kevin Durant. So he was like a big first. He's the one that got me into basketball, because I remember everywhere I went, it was Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant, definitely. Did you like when he went to the Warriors, or not so much?
Not really, to be honest.
Well, what's your team in basketball?
I'm my hometown, Houston. I'm a big Houston Rockets guy.
Finally, the Rockets are turning it around. Well, they were turning it around. Finally, I mean, what a just
hopefully.
I was kind of pulling for you guys when you had Harden and Westbrook. We're trying to come in here. Let me say hello to some people here. Justin Parsley is here, the hall monitor of Sportswire Radio. Omen Black is here. Yep, we'll let some of the guys say hello here. But so what's next for you coming up here in TPW? What's next here?
I think next I'm gonna just try to make a name. Hopefully, get another title soon, or a title shot. Maybe get a chance back at the live title. Who knows? I will say that one of the titles that I think I want the most so far is probably going to be the Intercontinental Championship. That's something that I'm looking at a lot. Why
is the Intercontinental title you're looking at? Why?
Last time I had a match against it was for I won a contendership for it, and then I got to the so basically there was two of us. It was me and Elias, the Deranged Chef.
Yeah, Elias is an interesting guy. Very interesting guy. Yeah.
I think we both won a contendership for it, and then we had to face for it. And that one, I remember that match. That was like one of my first. Like that was match of the night and everything. We both were giving everything we got, but he got the win. So I feel like something like that where it was a close like contest. I like the chance that I had the chance to get. And then I feel like getting like a little bit of revenge, a little bit.
It's always good to want to get revenge. We're here with Chris Cowabunga. And by the way, before we let Chris go back to the basketball court. That is his Instagram page. It actually kind of worked out this way. You get a chance to go back and play basketball. We get a chance to know you for a little bit. And it's kind of actually worked out nicely. We have this new format, Chris. It's called The Tonight Show with Sportswire Radio. We're giving people, 10, 15 minutes, depending on who they are, give them a few extra minutes more like yourself. And we get a chance to know people, see what they're up to. I think it's kind of a new concept. We did it yesterday, got a lot of chance to talk with new people. I thought that was a lot of fun. And I think that we're going to continue this concept because I think that people want to hear what's going on around them. And I think sometimes you do a show, Chris, and you hear from somebody for an hour and a half, and there's some great people we hear from, but maybe you can't sit through a whole show with them. But if I sit through 15 minutes with Chris Cowabunga or 10 minutes with Sean Jovi or anybody else that comes here, maybe I want to hear about that. So I think it's kind of a new concept, and we don't have this currently, so now we do, and it's great to see you. And anything else you're working on? Anything else you want to promote before I put TPW's link up here on Instagram?
Not that I can think of at the moment, no.
Well, that's good. I mean, obviously, we'll put the TPW card here coming up. We got, obviously, Max Michaels, Kill Shot, and the Birdman, and obviously Kill Shot, Mr. Bang Bang, and Max Michaels is a man you know well. We mentioned Elias to the Range Chef, Michael Scars, Ryan Rex, Triple Threat, Sloth Jam Williams, and Anthony Steele. I won't ask you who you want to win in that match because then we'll have Anthony Steele come on here for like 45 minutes, and I'm pretty tired tonight, so we want to let more people talk. We love Anthony, though. Lyra Limber and Jaheel Fireblade, that's going to be a fire of a match. We got, this is going to be a jam. This is going to be, as you talked about it here, some of the people you want to face, you got them here right now with us, and you got the Colt and the Trios Championships. A lot of great stuff. I hope to see you back on TPW next week, by the way. I hope to see you on the card.
Yeah, there's always room for more, but that's where I'm looking for going to next. Is I'm looking to just kind of progress, work on my character, and try to get another title around my waist.
Well, I definitely look forward to that. I want to pass the baton to you. I want to give you some closing thoughts because I know you're out and about, and I'm glad we got a chance to connect and get to know you here. And you're always welcome anytime on Sportswire Radio. I know originally I thought I was speaking with Dalton Skull, and forgive me because I saw your Instagram. I'm like, wait a minute. Then I looked at the photo. I'm like, oops. I was like kind of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the end of the first movie when what was his name? Raphael,
Michelangelo?
Casey Jones, who said oops with the whole instance with Shredder in the garbage truck, and that was kind of like me. Oops, I had the wrong name, but we fixed it. You're here, and it's great to meet you. I can't wait to meet you. Are you a Turtles fan, by the way? Are you an Ninja Turtles fan?
When I was a kid, I watched them a little bit, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. I watched the ones on Nicktoons and stuff, and I watched the original movies that came out in the 90s and 80s.
I think the first one was the best. After that, I don't think I watched any of them.
I remember the third one. They were some samurais and stuff. Yeah,
I have James Taylor here who'd fight us about that, who's a big Turtles fan, but I think that the Ninja Turtles, after the first one, it got less and less. But it's great that they have an amazing franchise, and we love everything that they do. And there's a lot of great fans. I did see the most recent animated movie, which was very good, by the way. I will say that the most recent animated movies were really good. So definitely check those out. Anything else you want to say for us tonight, my friend?
No, just take care.
That's great. Well, there he is, Chris Cowabunga. That's his Instagram page. Go out there and give him a follow. He is a rising star in the world of TPW and promo wrestling. He'll be in action hopefully very soon. He was the former TPW Live champion. And my friend, thank you so much for coming on today. What a lot of fun this was. And thank you for being a part of the Tonight Show with Sportswire Radio.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. That was Chris Cowabunga Dudes. And we'll bring on our next guest here shortly. Before I do that, Ox McCoy is definitely a king. James Taylor's in the house. Follow TPW. Put a hockey mask on. You are Casey Jones. I couldn't figure out who it was in that sentence. But speaking of people, I don't know if I quite could pull the Casey Jones with the mutton chops. I think the mutton chops would, probably take me out of that. But Chase Wakefield, our guest, who's here tomorrow night around 9:00. And Chase, we're doing the Tonight Show with Sportswire Radio. Chris Cowabunga is still backstage, but Justin Parsley says, I can't believe Zilla has an emoji before me. Well, there you go. But I am going to get on a guest, so hang on tight for that. And if you do want a link, if you're here in the chat, by the way, and you want a link, you want to talk for 10 minutes, I will actually give you the link. Just let me know before I bring on my next guest. And we're here also on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook at Sportswire Radio. Can we ban Justin Parsley? I can't ban anybody, though. You see, I'm all wrestling matters. You wrestlers can get away with saying what you want about different wrestlers, but I believe in the spirit of All Wrestling Matters. So for me, I'm not going to do that. But I have a guest coming on here, by the way, who wants to come on. And boy, I guess this is really spur of the moment. You're going to get 10 minutes, and that's what you're getting. So we're going to bring this next guest on here for 10 minutes because 10 minutes is almost like it's like going to McDonald's on sports already. You usually get somebody here for 3 hours, but now you're getting almost a fast food Happy Meal. So yeah, I'm giving you the link. I know who you are. I will do that. Yes, I'm giving you the link. You'll get it shortly. Can we band Chase? What would you call us if we were? What do you mean band? I mean, you want to play in a band with Chase? You're a DJ, so theoretically, you could play in a band with Chase Wakefield, right? What instrument is Chase Wakefield playing? You're the DJ, so what would that be? Would he be the album vinyl that you're spinning the tunes with? What do you want to have a band with Chase Wakefield for? I mean, Sleaze and Wake. Well, that's actually not bad. It almost kind of sounds like a Rick Wakeman of Yes, the progressive band Yes, who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, man. Oh. Speaking of people who are here, though, yes, this is the Tonight Show at Sportswire Radio. So you are here, and you are here to preview what's to come tomorrow, I would imagine.
I'm actually
and why are you a
ready.
Justin Parsley hater for? What reason do you have with that?
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm still a little sick.
I'm all wrestling matters. I'm taking that to heart. I've had guys the last week, try to say this thing and that thing about persons, and I'm like, no, I'm supporting everybody at this point. I'm going to be Switzerland. I don't want tariffs on my platform. But
you said something about
what's on your mind?
previewing.
What's on your mind here for a few minutes?
You said something about previewing what's to come tomorrow,
yes.
and I figure I've been working on a kind of a little big announcement going on for the D'Angelo.
You have a big announcement like every day at this point. You're gonna almost like tire yourself out of big announcements. I mean,
I'm starting to run out. Let me just say, but no, I mean, I'm really excited for tomorrow's show.
Me too. How you feeling? You sure you're okay? You sound like you're a little under the weather. You really do sound sick tonight.
Yeah. During the taping I had down in North Carolina, I think someone was sick, and I got sick. So
you know what? You know how I'm going to tell you how to avoid that. I carry hand sanitizer. I don't want to go political, but when Trump years ago during COVID said you got to keep using hand sanitizer, I'm not OCD, but I use hand sanitizer, no joke, like 7 times a day. That's how I avoid getting sick, because we don't want me to get sick on this platform. That means that I'm a dead man, so I can't be sick. You wrestlers, can take a day off once in a while. I don't get a day off, but that's how you avoid being sick. I'm serious. Carry hand sanitizer around you. I'm telling you that will minimize your chances of getting sick.
I rarely do get sick, but when I do, it really kicks my butt. So like, I get sick. Like,
you gotta have a steak once in a while. Maybe that's why.
I do all the time. I love steak.
Is Janie cooking for you or what?
Yeah, we always cook all the time. We made like a mushroom pasta the other day.
Oh wow! Okay.
Chicken and stuff.
Wow,
it was really good. But yeah, if you saw on the Instagram here, I tuned in on the Sportswire with Austin James, and you were talking about Collins' match. But if you see there, the third match at the top, right next to the announcement. It's right there.
You know what? I gotta be honest. I totally glanced at it, and Austin was just going on about Colin, and yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, it's all good though. We'll be talking.
And D-Lock actually, we're friends on Facebook, which I feel bad because we're actually friends on Facebook. I think he's liked one of my posts. I think I liked his post, and he liked one of my posts. But it's going to be a good match, actually, Austin and D-Lock. Austin,
I 100% agree. When I was trying to think of a match for these two, I was like, these are the two hardest hitting men I know. Why don't we just put them together and face each other?
And I think Austin's going to have a big year this year. I think Austin,
yes.
he really, I was talking to you often. I think it was Austin's best appearance on Sportswire. He spoke with poise. He spoke with aggression. He spoke with a direct message to a man that you have quite a history with and you fell short to, Mr. Silas Walker at
Yeah.
Merry Mayhem there.
I mean, I believe in Austin James, and I think he's gonna. I foresee him having definitely a championship this year, no doubt.
Yeah, he talked about singles gold. He talked about like that he and Ego. I mean, we know Roland Havoc's going for the world title. That's eluded him. Him and Brandon. I mean, they've had some matches the past year, and I mean, you know, they've got egos, right?
Yeah, I mean, we always seen Ego as like this tag team faction entity, and now them splitting into a singles competition. It's really great to see, and there's a lot of first time matches that haven't happened yet that are bound to happen.
And all the
within
promo
singles.
guys, we've all been talking about TPW, and
Yeah,
you know, tomorrow, you know, you're going to see a lot of these guys here, and you know, they're excited. And I know Rocky is, you know, I speak to Rocky almost daily, and he's excited about it. And you know, what does Justin Parsley though have to do though to be at this one? What does he have to do? I mean, what? He's cut his hair recently. He's got a new job. I hear he just won the King of Palo. I mean, what does this man have to do to be there and get a match? I'm curious.
I mean, being the King of Palo is huge. It's a huge accomplishment, and I've been seeing what Justin Parsley's been doing, but the things that he has said to me in the past, all I've said.
Should he apologize? Should he like, you know, maybe, you know, I don't know, get on his knees and, you know, sob here on Sportswire and, you know, cry a river like Justin Timberlake famously wrote about Britney Spears? I mean, what do you suggest?
Listen, I know I have one more match left to announce, but it's definitely not going to have Justin Parsley.
By the way, the hair is looking good. I'm happy to see your hair is growing back.
It's definitely growing, and I've been in talks with my fiance about cutting it again, and she said, no, don't do that. And
I think that if you cut it, Silas wanted to end your wedding. I think she's going to end it. You're going to marry an axe murderer, really, figuratively and literally. Not to spoil your documentary you basically tried there. You know?
Maybe. You never know. But I just wanted to come up here and say hey to everyone. And I'm really excited for tomorrow's show that we have going on. We'll be discussing.
Yeah, I'm definitely not forgetting. I'm not forgetting you're coming on tomorrow. It was funny. Today, I thought I had Dalton Skull, and then I realized it was Chris Cowabunga. Boy, that was...
okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what happens if you're so busy, Tom. You start.
You know, I was in Brooklyn today, and it was like in the neighborhood, and I couldn't get out of people's homes. I swear to God, I couldn't get out of people's homes. They were just like, wouldn't let me leave. And then it was like, oops, I forgot. I got Chris Cowabunga on. It was like, I prepared for Dalton Skull instead, who hasn't been here in months, and I thought he was coming on, but. Oh, well, it's all good. But yes, if you're here, though, do me a favor real quick. Before we go, Instagram, Chase Wakefield Wedding Invitational. Also, big shout outs to DBW. I'm loving Mr. Judgment and the Judgment Confessionals. I mean, Ace is certainly got a new attitude. I love seeing Roland and Brandon in that spot last week. A lot of good stuff there. Please go out and support DBW. I can't wait. I'm finally excited. We have a lot of unfinished business in DBW. I'm sure you'll have something to part of it. Listen, go get some rest. Go say goodnight to Janie, and we'll see you tomorrow. Get well, and thank you for all you do, my friend.
Thank you for having me. I'll be back tomorrow.
You will. And that was Chase Wakefield, the Bitcoin billionaire, as we wait for our next. You know, Comatose was here and then left. I mean, so we have a backup plan. So we'll give Comatose a couple of minutes. Then we'll say hello to somebody else before that. But, yeah, I'm still figuring it out. What does Justin Parsley have to do to actually get a match at the Chase Wakefield Wedding Invitational? And is Zilla going, by the way? Does anybody know if Zilla going to the wedding? Zilla, are you going to Chase Wakefield's wedding? I mean, I don't know, but we'll have to find out. Who else we have here? But you know what? Don't you, when you say it's a big announcement, right? Isn't a big announcement like once every like month or 2 months or 3 months, and then it doesn't become a big announcement anymore? I don't know, but okay, well, we'll see. Comatose may log on here in a few minutes. There he goes. You know, I was like, what happened? I did StreamYard ban you? I mean, geez, good. I'm glad to see you. How are you? And you know, it's what on earth happened with YouTube, first of all? I'm still confused about this whole thing with you and YouTube. The most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, we're just jumping right into it. I'm glad that you actually asked me that immediately. So with my channel, I have no idea what happened at all. The only thing that I know is that I got a harassment strike. The only thing that I know is that everything that I have ever done for the past 9 years has gotten deleted. Um,
Yeah, I watched the video this morning. I woke after I did my newspapers before I tried to go to sleep, and that didn't really work well when you have two little kids over your house. That doesn't work out well. I don't have kids. I have nieces, but I mean, I was like flabbergasted. I mean, like, have you even harassed anybody in your channel? I mean, this is why I'm caught off guard here.
so as far as I know, I haven't done anything against YouTube's policies. As far as I know, I haven't done anything to cause a strike against my channel before.
Because you just got the 600 subs. You just got the 600, and then it was like boop.
Yeah, so that was probably the most devastating part about the entire situation. Because I have worked my ass off just to get to 600 subscribers.
I think when I met you, what were you at, like 320 or something like that? 330, right? Something like that. You at 330?
Low like that, and then when I came back, it boomed because I started my ass off. I started putting my foot to the gas pedal. I started putting axe to the grind. And I just started working my ass off, period, point blank. And over this past year, I have gained an exponential amount of subscribers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were at like 300, I think, when I met you.
But as of right now, I have to start from ground zero. I have to rely on the people that have became my actual fans.
Well, I put the link up here, so if you're here, please resubscribe to Comatose's new YouTube channel. And awful what has happened to this poor young man who just celebrated a birthday last week, and now he has to celebrate or not celebrate this. This is just, I mean, I've never heard anything like this in my life. I mean, and I'm a big free speech advocate. I mean, I love giving people opportunities, and to see this young man go through what he's went through here with his YouTube channel, all his hard work, 9 years of videos. Well, even if you're not a fan of backyard wrestling for whatever reason, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but he had all these videos here documenting his history, and he can't remember some of these things because unfortunately he had an injury years ago, and that certainly does, not everybody has a memory like me. Comatose, I can remember like what I had for dinner in like October 13th, 1997. Not everybody has my memory. I can remember like what I did in like November of 1999. I can remember the whole day and what the pavement was like in Brooklyn. I know I'm different, but not everybody has that, and that's why my heart goes out to you. And just really terrible. I mean, just really just all your life documented in this. Just really terrible stuff, man.
It's incredibly disheartening.
Yeah, I you know what? I agree. Man, you lose all the videos, not even the views and the subscribers, but the history.
Yeah, and that's what I was just about to get to. The history specifically is what's disheartening, because it's not just me that gets sad about a situation such as this. It's my father, it's my mother, it's my sisters, it's my brothers, it's a whole lot of people, my friends, the wrestlers that were included in the videos that no longer exist in the scape of BYW, just simply because of the fact that someone got spiteful, someone got a little booty hurt for whatever reason. I don't know what I was.
And you don't know, and you can't find out who it was?
They haven't given me a clear explanation of anything. All they have given me is the simple fact that I have somehow violated the harassment policy, and I can never get my channel back. The last email I got sent was that email that I put on my story on Instagram. And as you could see from the email, and I could repost it, it was very, very vague. All they said was,
Yeah, they don't.
which,
I've had issues with Facebook in the past because I'm also I'm in the content monetization program in Facebook, and you have to, like, when you post videos, you can't really have vulgarity, you can't have certain things in there, so they're very vague. And like I used to be able to stream live on Facebook. I can't through StreamYard because I don't know why. It's the most bizarre things. They're like, these companies can get away with almost highway robbery, unfortunately.
which, like you were saying, is very unfortunate because for the past 9 years, since February of 2016, that's a very long time.
Yeah.
I have had to not worry at all about anything dealing with vulgarity, dealing with the content of my videos. Maybe I've gotten a few copyright claims.
Yeah, I get them. I've gotten copyright claims, but you can fix the copyright claim. For those that know, even like, we're in the, yes, I get paid a little bit. I don't make a lot of money with YouTube. It's okay. I don't need it, but you have to fix the video with the sound in there and take the song out. It's a process, but they let you know that. But this is like a whole nother level.
Beyond relief. I mean, not even beyond relief, beyond comprehension, because as far as I've known, I have gotten no YouTube strikes before this. So this is a very bizarre situation. And I have gotten a lot of messages since this has happened, like an endless stream of messages from past friends, current people that helped me with it, and
Yeah, because you said you were 14, you're 23 now, so that's a huge, that's a huge time in your life. 14 to 23 is, like it's a big step. Isn't it like 23 to 32? I mean, it's big, but it ain't that big. But 14 to 23, that's a huge, documentation in how you grow as an individual, and let alone your in-ring career. And that's, terrible. I can't say anything other than that.
Very much so. And I am very lucky for the simple fact that I have it's very limited, but I do have a tiny amount of footage from that time period that I am currently uploading. As a matter of fact, in the other room right now on my other phone, I am currently working on uploading and processing videos from the past just to upload on this channel, so I can have documentation of who I am, because that, in my unfortunate case, is the biggest issue with this entire thing, is legitimacy. Circuit people take legitimacy of who you are very seriously. So unfortunately, without this channel, I have no legitimacy. I have nothing to show with my past. I have nothing to show.
Well, you got BTW still, at least, thank you.
I do have that, which, if I did say in my Instagram video, I am very thankful to BTW and everything that I have went through in BTW, because the fact of the matter is this: now that this has happened, if I didn't go to BTW,
oh my God, if you didn't go to BTW, people will look at you, in the backyard wrestling, people would have their opinions, and they would, thank God you went to BTW, because you at least have that documentation, that company's history, and that, success. So thank God you had BTW, thank God for that.
Absolutely. I thank goodness for BTW that I have that documentation, as Tom just said. But I will say, for anybody that is watching this, for anybody that can take any advice from a situation like this, it is this: back up every single video that you make on YouTube. Put it on a separate video account if you even need to, just so you have it somewhere.
Yeah.
Because for 9 years, I have been putting work into that channel, not even just to that channel, but for my fans, for my family, for a plethora of people.
Yeah, I mean, my SoundCloud page is still up from when I did stuff on Skype. I pay $150 a year to keep my old, audio episodes. I mean, StreamYard helps. I'm not really a non-live, but I have some here and there. But I have StreamYard, but I don't have the whole library of it. But that's like, you just never know. It's just, I mean, really, I hope you can take some legal action. I don't know what the grounds are of it. If you need a lawyer, I actually know a lot of them. I mean, I don't know.
I'm thinking about it. I've been told by a lot of people, including my own father, that I should probably talk to somebody about it because.
Well, my friend just won a major case against the MTA. Let's just put it that way. He just made a lot of money. He'd make me look poor. Yeah.
In that case, I'm not even looking for money. I'm just looking for the footage back. Like, I don't.
Well, he'd be good at that. I got to say, my buddy Brian Gusman, who's a big wrestling fan, by the way, who won like a major. He won a lawsuit with somebody with Sue in Transit. I'm pretty sure of it. I mean, he'll kill me if I got him wrong, but he's a longtime friend of mine. So, I think that if you need a lawyer, I mean, I'm sure he would know the law better than me. I know a little bit of the law, but I really hope that I hope it comes back. I mean, just really terrible that this has happened to you, because it's not even about, like I said, it's not even about backyard wrestling to me. It's about a man's history, 9 years of footage. I think that that's really, to me, what is lost in this. You lost 9 years of documentation of your journey in your life. It could be, not even about wrestling. It could just be you went out to the beach, you went to the park, you traveled, you were with your girlfriend, with your family. I think that that's, where my heart goes out to. The best we can do is give a sub to Comatose. We have a lot of people here on the Tonight Show at Sportswire Radio. And now, if anyone there deserves some respect, it's Comatose. Yes, and that's why I really, a lot of people are sorry about this. Zilla said she's sorry about it. I definitely agree about that. Il Drago said the same. I mean, yeah, really, if it was somebody else, it would have happened to. I might have had a different opinion. But your history, what you went through in your life. I mean, I'll let you take over for me if you want. I mean, yeah, I'll retire. You could take over for me if it makes you feel better. I mean, maybe you can come here and I'll retire. I'll pass the baton to you. You're better looking. You're younger. You're a better wrestler than me. You take over from here. But I know you want your personal stuff back. But anything else you want to say for a few minutes before I bring on the next guest? Because I'm sure they're going to want to say something. I feel bad for you. I know you'll be back here. We're going to do another one of these shows. Hopefully you get some more subs, and let me see if we got more subs for you since. Well, if you're here, I'm going to put it up one more time because I want somebody here to go sub to Comatose. This guy had 600 plus subs and lost his YouTube page for some unknown reason. I don't even know why. And he lost all his history, all his documentation. So if you are here, do me a favor, hit a sub button for him. A guy is always such a supporter of ours. He's such a supporter of everybody else's. He's one of the premier talents in BTW and in backyard wrestling. And, just celebrated a birthday. Poor guy just has a birthday a few days ago and loses his YouTube channel. Let's help him get some subs. And please support those who support us. And, all right, man. Listen, I'm going to let you run. Go ahead and you got some stuff in the background. I wanted to give everybody a chance for a few minutes and, hang in there. Anything I can do. Like I said, if you need a lawyer, let me know. I mean, I do know, one, but if not, please keep us posted. And, I'll probably do another one of these next week. So if you got any progress, if we can plug you in here for 10 minutes and get you a sub or two, I'm all down with that. And can't wait for BTW to be back. I think RTG or RJS was here. I don't know which one it was in the beginning of the show. So that'll be coming around very soon. I can't wait to talk about that. But in the meantime, please hang in there. And we're all rooting for you. And James Taylor just subbed to you, so there you go.
Thank you. I appreciate. And my final closing words for this would be before the next guest comes on is just this. I really do appreciate everybody that is supporting me through everything that is going on right now, and I really do hope that everybody can bear with me through this next phase and this next era of what is my channel and my life. And I just can't be thankful enough. Hashtag all wrestling matters has never been more apparent to me than it is now.
You know what? And I am a believer in that. And, and just one more thing, one of my biggest regrets in life is it's not a material thing. It's not success. It's not anything that I could have did more or less. It's that I don't think I took, and I said this in the 1,000 subscriber show. I said it then, and I said it, I think, on my birthday even. I didn't take a lot of photos and videos, in like teenage years or, in my early to mid 20s. I didn't do that. So I do sympathize with you on that, because I just, I didn't do that. I wish I did. I wish I took more videos. I wish I took more. James Taylor's got a collection that goes back to VHS. I wish I would have did that. So I sympathize with you on a human aspect that you lost all these videos from like 9 years. Because like I said, I just wish I didn't do a lot of, video taking. I didn't, I wish I did. I just didn't do it. I didn't do enough with family. I didn't do enough with friends. I didn't do it. I mean, now I'm here every day. People, they can't see my face enough. But like in that period of time, time, you don't get it back. The only thing you can do is go forward. I do believe still the best is yet to come, but it's a lesson for all of us. And, God bless you and your family. And we'll see you here next week. And, hang in there.
Thank you.
All right, that was Comatose, and he unfortunately lost his YouTube channel. I don't even know how he lost his YouTube channel. One of the most bizarre things I've ever heard in my life. He lost it, didn't get an appeal, nothing, and just I don't know, just really, really bizarre thing. And we're here on Sportswire Radio. We have one more guest coming on here, who I did send a link to, so we'll see what they say here in the next few minutes. But yeah, give us up to Comatose. And we heard from Sean Jovi, who's going to be streaming WWE 2K on his YouTube channel, 2K25. We heard from Chris Cowabunga, who was supposed to be my guest. James, you're going to laugh at this. I thought I had Dalton Skull tonight, and I realized it was Chris Cowabunga. Yeah, Cowabunga dudes. And that was that. We had Chase Wakefield, who's here tomorrow, who previewed what's ahead for tomorrow. We had Comatose, who'll probably be here next week. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do this format more often. I think it gives people an opportunity, and we're waiting for the next guest to come on here. So we'll give them a couple of minutes, but, we'll give you 10, 15 minutes. Il Drago, who's here next Sunday. Love Il Drago. Love Il Drago, and love seeing him on our chat. Zilla's always here, and I think James Taylor and Il Drago get along more than James Taylor and that guy I'm not mentioning initials for, because we want to get to the next guest. But I still don't understand why Justin Parsley can't wrestle at the Chase Wakefield wedding. It's almost like Pete Rose in the Baseball Hall of Fame, or Andrew Dice Clay being banned from Saturday Night Live. I don't understand it really, but whatever else. But okay, I think ROBW is got Golden Glory coming up, James, right? Is that next week, I think, is Golden Glory, or is it close to it? Darkron's got a new video coming out tomorrow at 6:30. We have NEW Vortex Saturday afternoon. Torrance Banks will talk about that. We've got Wrestling Zero on Saturday. Yoshi Matsuda will talk about that on Sunday. VTW just had their Rumble show also be released. So a lot of great stuff in the underground and the backyard circuit. Please go out and support all of them. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally. We're all wrestling fans, and we are joined here by, yes, he's here. I gave you a link. So, I think Omen may show up for 10 minutes. Who knows? But by the way, do you like the new format? Now, this should give you more opportunities to speak, I would think. I mean, not that you haven't been here that often, but what do you think? What do you think about the new format? You like it or what?
I'm trying to figure out how this format really works.
But you muted yourself. You muted yourself. Now,
sorry, I was talking to Mrs. Taylor. My fault.
Tell her I said hello. I saw her post on TikTok, by the way, today.
Tom said he saw your post on TikTok and he liked it, and he wanted to say hello to you and hope that you're doing well. The post of the DVD with the form.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, but anyways, yes. What's the new format? Tell me.
So basically, it's like 10. We take a guest, you give him 10 minutes, and it's almost like a Tonight Show format. You ever watch the Tonight Show or one of those late night shows? The guest comes on 10 minutes to promote something. Sean Jovi was here for like 10, 12 minutes. We had Chris Cowabunga. I thought I was supposed to have Dalton Skull tonight, and I realized it was Chris Cowabunga because their Instagram names are the same. So, yeah, that was a doo-doo. We had Chase Wakefield, who's here tomorrow. We just had Comatose. And yesterday, we had a whole bunch of people, and then Anthony closed the show and forgot that he was live, and his video went off, and we ended the show. That was funny. But, yeah, I think it gives people an opportunity. So it's kind of, I think I'm going to do it at least once a week. You know, we got people on, let them talk for 10 minutes. What are they up to? What's on their mind? And I think it's a new idea. It's really Ox McCoy I owe it to, because Ox was like, why aren't you on Sportswire? And I'm like, I was taking a nap. And then, you know, we did kind of a show. It got like a lot of views, and here we are tonight, do another one of these. So what do you think?
So what you're doing is you kind of like, it gives everybody an opportunity, but you're giving them like so much time for each.
Yeah,
day.
because you know what it is. You know, people say, "Oh, I want to come on Sportswire," and I'm like, "Well, I'm booked with so and so." Then some people are like, "I don't want to tune in for that person for an hour. I don't want to tune in for them." So, like, you get everybody here for 10 minutes. I had Godric Sandwell yesterday, and his company he wrestles for watched the clip on Facebook. Got a lot of views. Like, "Oh, you had Godric Sandwell on." I was like, "Yeah," and it got me like 3 or 4 new followers on Facebook. Yoshi Matsuda was here yesterday. Had a segment with Alex James and almost 2,000 views on Instagram. You know, we had Anthony here, and naturally Anthony talked and talked. You know, it was Anthony, and Darkron was here, previewed his new video for tomorrow. I'm going to be there for that 6:30, and it was great. I had my buddy Randy Dillon talk WWE, so it gives. I think people like tune in for that. I think they'll tune in for somebody for 10 minutes and wanting to know like who's the next guest. You know what I'm saying? I kind of think it's, you know, it's interesting.
I like it. That's a good idea. So what's the plan for me? Am I on here for just 5 minutes, or
I don't know.
what
I
you
don't have
want?
anybody else planned. I mean, Omen was supposed to show up, so maybe if he shows up, we'll come on with you, because you and Omen have plenty of history. I can't just not let you go off for Omen. That would be kind of weird, right? But you
Yeah.
know, so what's on your mind here? You know, Zilla loves the format. Thank you, Zilla. So what's on your mind here? We'll close the show out with you. You know, what's on your
Okay,
mind?
I will do whatever you want to do. What's on my mind? Well, Benefiber is really good for you, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen. Get you a
I
packet of
want a Pep.
these.
James, I want a Pepsi. I want a Pepsi and 2 slices of pizza. I don't want Benefiber.
Hey, I cannot wait till that day comes when I can come up there to New
I
York
told
and
you
you
I
show
would.
me where the best pizza is,
I
because I'm
told
down
you.
for it.
I got you. I got you. You guys come on down. You and the missus should come. You and the
We
missus.
will. We definitely will, and it'll be a date. We'll go, and you can hang out with us, and you show us where the best food is and the best places in New York to go shopping, because we definitely want to do that. So, but as far as on my mind, I mean, let's talk wrestling. Let's talk the wrestling community. No, not WWE. Let's talk our wrestling community. You know, a
Good.
lot of things going on over there in IMF. You got some things going on in ROEW.
How about
Of course,
ROW Golden Glory? Oh my goodness, CJ Black and Jason Storm. I mean, I can't wait for that.
did you like that video package that was
Oh
put
my
together?
goodness. I feel like I was watching WWE.
Yep, we're getting excited for it because it's right around the corner. We got some big matchups coming up. Of course, everybody that does know, you'll know when it happens. If not, look forward to Alex Cross defending the DKW title against Mr. Dark Kron. And not only that, but Jacob Collins going one-on-one with Cash Carter for the
I think
Prestige
Jacob
Championship.
Collins has got a lot to prove here. He's returned to the ring. He's obviously had his doubts with CJ Black. I think he had a friendship with Cash Carter, and I think he's got a lot to prove, and I'm really intrigued by that match.
You know, there's a lot of excitement that's going on for ROEW. This is going to be probably the biggest year, and every year after that, we plan on getting bigger and bigger. I
Agreed.
plan on
Yeah, I
I
agree.
plan on sticking and staying with ROEW for the long haul. So as long as everything goes well, I think everything's going to be
You
fun and
can't leave
hunky dory and all
ROEW.
that.
You can't leave
Uh,
ROEW. Why would
no, no,
you
of
leave?
course not. Of course not. But I do got plans for some other things in this community on the down
Nice.
low. Um, I've got somebody that I'm going to have to pay a visit to here in the next couple of weeks.
But if you want
And
to visit, I told you at the beginning of the show, I'll take care of the pizza. You said you wanted to visit.
yeah, there you go. But you know, you get guys on here like Anthony, and they like to run their mouth and think that they run shit and think that they know shit, but yet they're just little young punks. And yeah, I'm an old timer, but I tell you, not one of
Yep.
these guys has yet said, when I'm your age, I'll be blah blah. No, because they think that they're going to be shut in and done and whatever. But yeah, ain't nobody going to be able to do what I do at my age whenever they get to that level. And if they keep going the route they're going, I know it sounds like I'm rambling on at the mouth, but all I'm doing is just trying to put my foot down and say, don't knock the old guys, because you get guys like me, Dark Cron, Sean Jovi, just to name a few.
Well, you
We
got
know what we're
Mr.
doing.
Judgment, who's in your age range, and he's been kicking it, and you got I think Justin Parsley is in your age range. I'm almost certain Justin
Yeah,
Parsley. He
old
may not
Kyle
want to admit it.
Reese. Kyle Reese in my age gap. Yeah.
He may not
about a
want
year
to
younger.
admit it, but he's in your age range. You have him. So yeah, I
I
think
would
that.
love to see a one-on-one matchup between Justin Parsley and the Nemesis James Taylor. I think that would be a hell of a matchup.
I think
One-on-one.
you have unfinished business with him. He pinned you in Iowa.
Yeah, I owe him one. He he blindsided me. I wasn't looking. I was laying down on the mat. I caught a stunner from Soldier because of the distraction, because of freaking Anthony coming out. Yeah, we know the
Anthony talked
story,
about that
but
here on Tuesday's show. Yes, he did.
before I knew it, it was 1, 2, 3, and I opened my eyes like, oh shit, it's over. Well, I owe him one. And trust me, he's gonna get his. Um, so is Anthony. And so is Soldier. All one-on-one. And Omen, I like Omen, but I mean, if he keeps running his mouth the way he does, he's gonna get some too.
I think Omen right now is focused on Felix Jones. He's got Felix, and we're going to talk about that in 2 weeks. So I think
I
that's
beat
going to be
Felix
exciting.
Jones.
Well, Omen still has to wrestle him. He's contractually obligated to wrestle him.
If he's worrying about Felix Jones,
Well, I don't think he's worried about him. I think he's worried for Felix Jones' sake. I don't think he's worried.
oh, you think?
Yeah. I think Omen has offered Felix and tried to open his eyes up, but Felix had his opinions, and I think Omen is basically going to just try to tell Felix and foreshadow what's to come there in Palo. But I'll save that for 2 weeks from now.
How about that match with CJ Black and Felix Jones?
And by the way, this is 2 times now that they've had matches. I can't wait for the third one.
Yep. They got to have the rubber match, so they definitely need to have one more. And lots of exciting things are coming.
And you've wrestled Felix Jones. You know a lot about him.
A little bit. I mean, I wasn't in there too long with him. He started working my leg.
Yeah, I watched it live. It was like
it was like an annoying little ant. It just kept hitting that same spot, and it was annoying me. Finally, I got him off
he
guard
actually
and I
looks
knocked him
more
out.
like Justin Parsley than Justin Parsley looks like Justin Parsley.
I know,
now.
that's the darndest thing. That's the darndest thing.
Well, I'm excited about Golden Glory. Golden Glory, I'm very excited about. I think we're all eagerly anticipating when that comes out. I think certainly we'll see what happens with CJ and Jason. I think we're going to certainly see. I think Alex Cross and Darkron. That's a very intriguing match. I think Kron's return. He's your right-hand man now in ROEW. He's basically the eyes that you have in the locker room. And he's back here next Friday. I know you'll be here for that. I know with certainty you'll be here for that one. We have that to look forward to. Jacob Collins, who is, I think, really impressed me here inside the ring, and also his last few appearances on Sportswire Radio. He has come a long way. He has put a lot of work in. And I think the ROEW locker room has put in a lot of work. And they've been doing it under your guidance. And I can't wait to see what ROEW has to offer this year. I think people are going to be blown away with ROEW does. I'm telling you, I know nothing on what you guys have planned, but I just think what you guys did last year and the talent you have now, you're going to blow it out of the water.
100%. Now with my guidance and the board of directors and all the talent, we're aiming to be and stay at the top of the number one place that everybody wants to go. Yeah, there's a lot of places that everybody wants to go and have matches, dream matches and such. But if you want the biggest stage and the best stage, and it doesn't even have to have a big crowd, no offense to IMF, it's really fun, it's really good stuff. But if you really want story-driven type matches and you want ROEW, because ROEW is where the biggest stories are going to happen. It's where the most excitement's going to be, and it's where you're gonna succeed if you're an ROEW.
I think ROEW's got the best is yet to come. I'm excited about ROEW. I know that natural selection eventually will be making their way here to Sportswire Radio eventually, and I'm sure you won't be tuned into that one. You definitely will not be tuned in.
Oh, I'm gonna tune in because it's ROEW talent, no matter what. According to Jason Storm, I'll go everywhere else.
They
but I
are
won't come
going
to
into
my
the
own
Hall of
company.
they are going into the Hall of Fame here. They are coming here to go into the Hall.
Congratulations to them. They're gonna go into the Hall of Fame. Nobody's gonna remember or give a damn. But I mean, hey, it's still gonna be. It is
So
what it
you
is.
think you and Kron are not going to remember that natural selection's in the Hall of Fame? You're not going to remember.
Probably not. No offense to them, because the mission here is simple, and that's to get that ROEW championship off of the shoulder of Jason Storm and put it on
Nobody's
somebody
been
else.
able to do it yet. Is CJ the man? I don't know.
CJ,
I will say it. Jason ran Big Man Cam out of town. He ran him
I
for
think
the
if
hill.
anybody knows Jason Storm like anybody else, it's CJ Black. And CJ
Yeah.
needs to dig down and find that old good guy and bring him out to go against this Jason Storm, because this Jason Storm is dangerous.
I think he's the most dangerous man right now in underground wrestling. He is the most dangerous man.
He is. He can be a thorn in my side, but I mean, I know if anybody was to try and take all three of them on 1-on-3, they ain't got much of a chance. James Taylor wouldn't have much of a chance. Anthony Steele, Omen Black, Soldier GP, CJ Black. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's just 1 against 3, they ain't got much of a chance. But CJ Black is going 1-on-1 with Jason Storm at Golden Glory. And if anybody gets involved, it's going to be a problem.
We're going to find out. I'll tell you what. We are going to find out. And again, Darkron will also have his YouTube channel at 6:30 around tomorrow that time. He will be premiering a new video, which he'll talk about here next Friday on his birthday. And I know you'll be here for that. Il Drago's here next Sunday. We have Torrance Banks of NEW and Home Saturday night. Sunday night, Yoshi Matsuda. And I'm probably going to do one of these again on Monday, and we'll probably do the same format. And anything else you want to talk about here? Anything else? Because I think we're gonna go home with you. We're gonna go home with you for a change tonight. Anything else you have that you want to say?
Save the best for last, right? The main event.
I think so. I mean, you're a damn legend with 150,000 followers or plus now, and a man that is working his way up to get more followers. And I'm going to plug your Instagram page and YouTube pages while we sign off, because if we don't do that, obviously we're not doing our job on Sportswire Radio. And, we want to certainly thank James Taylor for everything he's done for this circuit, everything he's done for wrestling, and, representing the community. ROEW is the greatest owner in underground backyard, maybe independent wrestling history. So that's his Instagram page. Please go out there, give a follow. We'll put YouTube up here in a minute. And he is working his way to 100,000 followers on TikTok. Please, if I could follow 100,000 times, I would. But if you are on TikTok or know anybody on TikTok, please go out there and follow James Taylor on there. Instagram, he's inching up. He's 780 followers. He's getting closer. He's getting closer to 1,000. So,
Instagram seems to be the toughest one for me, but I know it's
Instagram, the algorithms, they kind of typecast you. That's why I'm shocked I got a clip with Matsuda with like 1,900 views. I mean, I have a couple here and there, Rhino. I have the Doug Pinnock at King's X, but it's like Instagram's a tough cookie to crack algorithm-wise. You're locked in a box. I usually get like 200 to 300 views on Instagram, which is a lot, but it's, that's kind of what I get. But yeah, Instagram's a tough one algorithm-wise.
I'm inching closer to 89,000 followers on TikTok. I'm about 250 away. So
wow. Well, you might get that tonight. Literally.
I don't know. Maybe. I got a video on the back burner. I have to finish my editing on it. I'm about to post about Stone Cold for WrestleMania 41. I got a big clue about that, and that's going to be that big hype. My March hype video for TikTok. Yeah, the Stone Cold mark's all here. I'm all about it. And but Stone Cold did say something today in an interview that I saw, and
good.
with a podcaster, and the guy interviewed him because right now he's in Las Vegas getting ready for that 401 thingy majig. I forgot what it's called, but anyways, he's going to go do that riding, and it's some good stuff. He talked about WrestleMania 41. He talked about John Cena turning heel. He says it had to happen sooner or later, right? But he gave us a little hint about WrestleMania, and people don't, if they're not smart, they didn't pick up on it. But I'm gonna show it on TikTok. So
Well,
stay
do
tuned to
that
that.
on TikTok. I'll just check that out. Definitely follow James on TikTok. Follow him on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, look, Cena. Everybody's talking about Cena. You know, I was really talking. You know, I love the interview Lex Luger did with Chris Van Vliet. That was a
Yep.
good interview. You know, I was excited about that. WWE Hall of Fame. You know, stuff is out there with that. The Natural Disasters just got inducted. But if you want to follow James on YouTube, that's his link. And we're excited about that. Excited about ROW Stone Cold. Definitely, I'll give a hell yeah to him being on WrestleMania if that's something he wants to do. I would. Listen, I'm a fan of everybody. I Stone Cold can do it one more time. You know, they talk
Hey,
about
what-
Shawn Michaels having one more match still.
Yeah, we're all marks and all a little bit of somebody that inspired us to be wrestlers in this community. And if I have to be anybody, then let me be the Stone Cold wannabe or Stone Cold Mark, because I seem to be carrying myself and I show nothing but respect. You respect me, I respect you. You know, respect is earned in this business. It's not given. And if
Yep.
anybody's watched the LFG, the Legends and Future Great show
I did
with
see some of that
Undertaker.
on AEW. Yep.
Did you see the
And-
clip where that little punk kid
The
went
Bully
to
Ray?
shake-
Yeah,
shake
yeah,
Bubba Ray? I mean, that is literally kind of like the way I would see it in a sort of way too. I'm not going to go and shake anybody's hand right off the bat. You got to earn my
Well, you know
respect.
that you just use the earn not given in politics. There was always a line that was used, and it was used by one of the heads of the police union. It was a famous line he used, Pat Lynch, who's no longer the head, and he used to say, endorsement. He said, our endorsement is earned, not given, because it was like, you know, it was a big, you know, to get the police. Well, at the time, it meant something. So I think that in wrestling, it's a similar analogy that, you know, you're going to get a stamp of approval, whether it's to use someone's finishing move or to go and progress in your career. It's, you got to work for it. You got to earn it. Listen, we were talking about with Remy Roberts yesterday. You got to go out there and work. You got to go out there and, yeah, I agree. Listen, anything in life, it doesn't matter if it's wrestling, doesn't matter, whatever it is, you got to go out there and put the work in. It's like anything else.
Yes, sir. I mean, I couldn't agree with you anymore. A lot of people just don't seem to get that, though. Some people think that they could just go wherever they want and demand a top spot because of whatever they got.
Well, you know what? I can't control what people
Oh,
want
I
to
know.
do. You know.
I know. I'm just talking. You know,
No, I hear you.
just
No,
expressing
I
my
hear
opinion.
you. You know what? But I was always told when I, you know, was growing up that, you know what? Don't worry about other people. You do you. I was always told, like, you know, I remember my dad always saying, you know, don't, you know, you work hard. You go out there and do it. You know, so I understand
Right.
people are gonna, you know, you guys go out there. You can only control your own destiny. Everybody else, you know, they're gonna do what they want, and that's on them. Listen, I like to tell people I'm judged by how I operate. You know, so you know, whatever it is. But I'm excited. It's always good to have you here. And would you like to say anything else here before we sign off?
Well, that's it. If you haven't, please go and check out ROEW. Check out the hype video between CJ Black and Jason Storm because it really gets you ready for Golden Glory. Check out the latest episode of Face Off and stay tuned to this week or weekend because we got one more stop before Golden Glory. So it's going to be awesome.
I can't wait for that. And I may see you tomorrow because Chase Wakefield's here, and I'm sure he'll invite the world because that's what he wants to do. He wants to invite everybody. He literally. I'm surprised maybe he's announcing you for a match tomorrow at the wedding.
I don't know. He hasn't really. I remember him saying something about me coming.
He invited
hasn't
you.
really
No,
told
he
me
did invite
what
you.
it would
Now,
be.
Justin Parsley, he doesn't want you. He said specifically on here 2 thumbs up. So maybe he's announcing you tomorrow for a match. I don't know.
Well, I guess it really depends on where I'd be at on the card, on if I would accept or not.
You
You
know,
know, and what, if it's
I don't
worth
want
it.
to say it, but there was a wrestler I spoke to that I don't want to say it, but they were like, well, they're on the card, and the wrestler told me, without giving it away, is as if I know almost all the wrestlers on the card. So this isn't giving there's no tip here. And the wrestler told me that Chase has a very difficult job keeping all those people happy. That's all he told me. I was like, yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I'm not involved in it, you know. But yeah,
there you go.
but
I mean,
I'm sure I'm sure he'll figure it out. And Darkron did want to say hello to you, by the way.
What's up, Mr. Cron? How you doing, Mr. Right Hand Man?
Well, I
Good
can't
luck
wait.
at Gold Glory.
I cannot wait for that. Darkron's also YouTube channel is up tomorrow, brand new video. I'm excited about that. His birthday celebration is next Friday, and you know we're gonna do another gonna do another open mic, probably another Tonight Show, maybe Monday. I don't have a guest Monday, so I think people like these shows more than the guests. I've noticed 2 shows.
Maybe. We'll
Well,
definitely have to find out.
Well, we will. And what a show it was. I was supposed to have had, I thought I had Dalton Skull, but it turned out instead of Dalton Skull, I got Sean Joffy. I got Chris Cowabunga, who was supposed to be Dalton Skull. I got Comatose. I got Chase Wakefield. And I got James Taylor. So I think I got a better deal actually out of it. I think I got 5 for the price of 1. I mean, so, you know, it's a great deal. And, you know, and maybe we'll continue more of it.
Dalton Skull, that's a kid who I need to talk to. So
Yeah, well, I like Dalton. I thought he had the same name as Chris Cowabunga. So sorry, Dalton, but we got Chris. Chris was fun. TPW. I know you have your thoughts on TPW. He's in TPW, newer talent. We had heard from him, I think, outside of basketball court. So maybe it was good it worked that way. Jovi was here, which was great. I mean, I love Jovi. Jovi is awesome. Yeah, we had Chase Wakefield was here. Comatose was here, and we had you. I mean, so I can't. Am I missing anybody tonight? Was there anybody else on here? I don't remember, but I think we had everybody. But thank you everybody here for tuning in. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally. We're all wrestling matters. We're here with James Taylor to close out the show. Couldn't think of a better person, of course. The legendary Nemesis. Follow him on TikTok, YouTube. He's got 130,000 plus followers. He is also on ROEW Underground YouTube channel. Their show Golden Glory will be coming out very soon. Stay tuned to their page for that, for updates. Also Instagram, TeePublic, buy their merchandise and James's shirt. I'll be here around 9 o'clock tomorrow with Chase Wakefield. You might even see James here with Chase. So who knows that? And thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great night and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the #1 global radio station that is Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling